you doing, folks? Papa Joe here.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
I'm fixing to mute him out. There. Now they'll quit talking to us. Want to talk to you about one of them touchy subjects. You know, some of that people have issues with. Some do and some don't. There's a wide spectrum there. Do you believe in ghosts, spirits, haunts, whatever you want to call them? You ever had experience with them? Myself, I believe in them. Simply because the Bible tells me about them. The Bible tells me that we're living in there's a spiritual war that we know nothing about. And we talk about God being the Holy Spirit. We've got the Holy Ghost. All this other stuff. As a child, neighbor down the road, they lived in a haunted house. And scared me a little bit. It was just one of them little pain in the butt type ghosts that did practical jokes on us kids. I kind of thought then that it was my dad and his friend playing games, trying to scare us. I don't know. Still don't to this day. However, I remodeled a haunted house once. My wife and I did when we first moved to Georgia. And this young man, he had been adopted, and his adopted uncle, had took him under his wing over the years and tried teaching him a lot of stuff. And when his uncle passed, he left the house to the nephew. And the nephew, it was all paid for. So the nephew, he took out a little note, wanted to remodel it. Now his uncle, and I don't remember his uncle's name, I wound up nicknaming him Uncle Jed of Beverly Hillbillies. And his uncle would not allow anybody to work on that house other than himself. And I worked on that place, and I found it went all the way back to blacksmith nails. And my wife still has a collection of those blacksmith nails. We pulled out tons of them, and she only kept some of them. Wish now we'd kept more, but hindsight, 2020. But it turned out, it started when the kids had a new heater put in. They had an earth pump heater put in. And Uncle Jed had heated the house with natural gas, them little mini stoves. Well, that's what Uncle Jed had heated the house with. Well, these kids, they had electric heat in the house, and then they had the earth pump as a backup. So they first had the heater in the house, electric heater. Or actually, I guess that was vice versa. However the heck they had it. The kids started using that first heater that got installed. And he got telling me that he's like, dude, he said, we get up in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just roasting. And that thermostat, it's up on like 85. He says, it's happened for the last 3 nights. He says, we've gotten where we will both go look and set it on 70 before we go to bed. And middle of the night, that sucker's up there 80, 85. And they just couldn't figure it out. Well, they got rid of most of Uncle Jed's stuff, but they kept his favorite chair. They had it reupholstered, but they kept it in honor of him. And I told him, I said, look, dude, that's Uncle Jed. You changed his heat on him. He's not used to electric heat. He's used to, I said, he had that chair right there in the corner and that damn propane stove blowing on him. So he's used to having that heater on him. And you need to give him his warmth. I said, take a comforter and put it in his chair of a night and tell him, Unc, you're roasting us, man. You're running up the bills, because his uncle was pretty thrifty. He one of them penny pictures. I said, but tell him, you're running our electric bill up like crazy. This is electric heat. If you cold, cover up with that comforter. Well, that's what he did, and it quit happening. Amazing. He had some contractors that would come in there and do different stuff. And you know me by now, I'm brutally honest. He would ask me about some of it. And the one that I told him they were not doing him right, Uncle Jed was harassing him. Seriously. Excuse me. Literally ran the air conditioning guy off. I mean, scared him so bad. He came back, would not even come in the house. He brought people with him to go up underneath the house and get his tools that he had abandoned. And for any kind of carpenter, construction type people to just abandon their tools for 2 or 3 days, you know, he was scared. So he brought somebody else back, and they went under there and got his tools, and they finished the job. He wouldn't even finish the job. So now he told us what had happened was these boys had a 2x4 jig that they was using, and they just walked to a window. They'd cut a hole in the middle of the floor, or in the floor in the middle of that window, which is common practice. If that's where you leak air, you know, or stand a chance of leaking air, that's where you put a register. And that's what they was doing. However, they didn't do no measuring or nothing. They just did it. And a bunch of these registers fell right on top of a floor joist. And they was talking about doing some BS patchwork on them and all this. So I don't remember if I was working on the kitchen or bathroom. I remodeled both of them for them. And all the windows, so I might have been on windows, I don't know. But he was asking me about it, and I was telling him, I said, dude, they did it wrong. I said, any way you spell it, they're at fault. I said, that's what they've got insurance for. And I explained to him, because he's like, well, I won't pay them. And I said, no, and Georgia, you better pay them. You have to. It's against the law not to pay them, even if they screwed it up. You have to pay them. I said, but you file a claim against their insurance to make them fix it. And because it was a tongue and groove floor, beautiful floor. I love a good wooded floor. And well, this guy, he popped his head up. He was cutting the vent in the floor there, and he popped his head up, and he's taking up for his company, which he should do. And he said that he went back down and went over to where he was working. He had his tool bag there beside him, and he felt something blow on his ear. He looks around, nothing there. Huh, must have been a breeze. So he continues working. Something blows on his ear. He looks around, nothing there. Reaches for his tool bag, get a tool out of his bag. His bag's plumb across the other side of the house. Now he's underneath the house by himself. Scared that boy. He was out of there and gone. I'm in construction here, and they told me to be ready to stop, but I don't see them flagging nobody. Well, I'm going to ease on across here. we did good. So, yeah, he came out of there scooting and gone. And, you know, this is all within minutes of the conversation. And I'm like, damn, hurt his feelings. We didn't have a clue why he left. He just came out of there and jumped in his van and was gone. About 3 days later, 2 or 3 days, it wasn't the next day, but 2 or 3 days later, he came back with 3 or 4 people and a crew, and like I said, they came in 2 vans, and they got him his stuff, and he wouldn't finish the job. So, that was the second time Uncle Jed messed with anybody. The cabinet guy, I'd remodeled their kitchen. Oh, it was a tiny kitchen. I went in there and I pulled everything down. The electrician had wired it, most of it. And, yeah, pass me on the yellow line. Yeah, now you're gonna meet a pickup. Just because I was doing the speed limit in the construction zone, it made them mad. Ain't that a hell of a deal? So, me and the wife was working on the bathroom at that time. We'd done gutted the kitchen, did what we needed to do in there. And, all I had to do was go back in and put up a black backsplash whenever they finished what they was doing. So the boy come out there to me. Now I call him boy, hell, he was maybe 30 at the time. And he's like, Joe, before I was called Papa Joe. He said, Joe, he said, will you come check this out? He said, something that don't seem right to me. I said, all right. So I went in there, and his wife was in there. The salesman was in there. And his wife wanted an island with a spaghetti drawer. That was her main thing, was a spaghetti drawer. Which I find that kind of stuff hilarious. Don't mind me. Last time I turned right there. And I did not like that road. This is new road for me. Well, I've been on it many a year ago. New this way. State line, 9 miles. So, I went in there and I'm looking at the drawing this guy's got for the cabinets and whatnot. And I said, it ain't gonna work. They said, why not? I said, your kitchen's too small. That ain't gonna work. Well, of course, the salesman's gonna argue about it. I said, all right, hold on a minute. I walked in there to my tools and I got out my, well, wild hog dead back there. Somebody should have took him home. I went in there and I got my tape measure and I got my chalk line. Walked back in there and I told him, I said, lay it out. What do you mean? I said, lay out the damn counters. I said, that's a raw floor. It's unfinished. You ain't gonna hurt it. Mark it all up. Get chalk all over it. Lay out your cabinets for these kids so they can see what they're doing. Well, he did. And the cabinets were like 14 or 16 inches wide. And I told him, I said, what are you gonna put on a 14-inch counter? Can you imagine what size your sink's gonna be? Then by the time they had the island in the middle, the stove was gonna be sticking out well past the counters. So was the ice box. If they got a small microwave, it would have just barely been breaking even if they was lucky. And they put the island, he put the island in the middle, and they had about 14-inch walk space between the island and the counter. And I said, this is going to be living hell for you. You will not like this, I guarantee you. I said, your kitchen is too small. You're either gonna have to knock out a wall and make this bigger, or else redo your counters. So they wound up redoing the counters. And yes, I've been like this all my adult life. So one thing led to another, and don't mind me, I'm looking what road I'm on here. They came back, they built their counters, or whatever they did, just ordered them, whatever. But they came back to put in their cabinets, and it's just the only people there is this youngin' that owns the house and the counter guy. And he's helping the counter guy to install them. So they're in the kitchen. Living room's down yonder. A couple rooms away. All of a sudden they hear the TV on. So they go in there and they turn TV off. They go back to work. A few minutes later, TV comes on again. Well, what the heck? Must be the wiring. Must be some kind of issue with the wiring. They unplug it. A few minutes later, it comes on again. Not only comes on again, it comes on even louder. Counter guy left. So yeah, I believe in ghosts, spirits, whatever you want to call them. I do. I'm not running around terrified of them or whatnot. And I told you that story to tell you a story about this, my vacation time. We have a little Yorkie dog. You've seen it. Bandit. You've seen him in the videos. Scruffy, that old man that you've seen a couple times, that's his daddy. Animals are very receptive to spirits. Animals and young children. So if your child or your pet is acting strange, you might want to think about it a little bit. Now, Scruffy, nothing was bothering him, but he's an old man. He'd sleep through anything. And he slept several million miles out here over the road. At least a couple. And the dog's got some miles under his belt. And he'd sleep in mama's lap. He can sleep in the bunk. He don't care. Let him sleep. He just wants to sleep. But, well, big old coal train. Donald Trump putting him back to work right there. He started acting peculiar as all get out. Nervous. Usually he'll lay down on mama's lap when we're in the living room and just lay there and sleep. He wouldn't be in her lap a minute or two, and he was jumping down and just all jumpy, jittery. And if mama goes to bed, he'll go in there and he'll get up underneath the covers and curl up behind her knees. Well, she decided to go to bed, see if she can get him to calm down. And it didn't work. He would lay down. Usually he'll just lay down and go to sleep. And literally every couple minutes, he'd work his way out from under them covers, she said, just look all around. Then she would get him to go back under and lay down. He wouldn't stay. He wound up coming in there to me. I was in the living room with my recliner. And usually I put him up there beside me and he'll just chill out. Wasn't happening. So that's when I started figuring out, because I'm watching him now. Boy, he would look in particular places. Then he'd like he's watching something move. Them ears way up. And I started talking to these spirits and telling them they need to go home. And that wasn't working a whole lot, so I prayed. Me and Little Bandit, we prayed together. And we we asked Jesus, because he's the king of all spirits. You know, come on down here and run these fools off. Whoever it is in here bugging my puppy dog, make them go away. And they did. Then that was good for a couple nights. Then a couple nights later, it's starting all over again, just as we went to bed. And I said another little prayer. We ran into our neighbor lady from across the street. She knew the man and woman that owned our house before us. The wife, the husband had got put in a nursing home with Alzheimer's. And the wife, she had went in for a simple surgery and wound up passing away. And she left the house to her church, and that's who we bought it from, was our church. We ran into the neighbor lady, and she had told us that the man had died, the husband had died here recently. So I told the wife, I said, it's kind of strange that not long after he dies, the dog is seeing spirits. Now, I first thought it was a lady friend of ours that we gave Bandit to. She was an elderly lady. We gave her Bandit, and she kept him for about 5 years, and then she passed away, and he came back to us. I kind of thought it was her coming to check on her dog, because she truly loved him. If it wasn't her, then I thought maybe it was Pork Chop, my buddy Pork Chop. You hear me talk about it. It was his mama that we gave him to. Don't back out in front of me, car. And I just crossed into Arkansas. Let's see, let me write down my mileage. And that was Oklahoma. We're looking at 805. There we go. That's done for a few miles. I think it's only like 30 miles across there, if I remember right. But, and I talked to both of them and asked them if that was them to go on, leave the dog alone. So, I was speaking to the wife last night, and the dog was not acting up. And I'd already told her, I said, I got a feeling that it's Mr. Jocko. And that was his name, if I pronounced it right. I said, next time the dog starts acting up, I said, just talk to it. You know, and tell him point blank, you know, sir, I know this used to be your house. While you was in the hospital, in the nursing home, when your wife passed, you left it to the church and we bought it. It's our house. We're making it our home. I don't know if you allow dogs in the house or not, but we do, and this is our dog. You need to quit harassing me. It's okay for you to cross on over and go find your people. Go find your wife. I'm sure she's waiting on you. So, we'll see if it works. So, am I crazy? To some of you, I'm sure I am. To me, no. I'm being practical. I think there's a lot more to life than we just have this body, we're born, we're dead. I think there's a lot more to life than that. So, and like I said, I am a man of God, and God tells me that there are spirits, there are demons. The Bible's full of them. No, I don't think they're just old sayings. I don't think the Bible's just a good old folk tale. There you go. There's you a strange little story you can laugh at me about. Hey, I'll believe it. I'm good with it. But God loves you. So do I. Goes to real. Spirits are here. Whether you know it or not. Y'all have a blessed day.